Hey everybody, it's Lacey. Welcome to Paws and Paper. So today I'm going to show you how I've made these cute little things. I'm going to call these button bird nests. And so I thought they were just super cute. And I'm going to show you how I decided that I was going to make these little things. So I got out just assortment of whatever buttons I had. It didn't really matter. Some are really like wide and thick on the edges, and they're all different colors, and some are the itty bitty little tiny ones. I also got out some colored, these are like the wooden colored ones, so it really doesn't matter what type of buttons you have, and I'll show you how they end up turning out. So what I am using today is I found I had this is like some glitter glue that I believe came through one of my kids' art stuff. I don't know. They never used it hardly, but this is probably at the dollar store. So this is where it all started, was I was trying to use this. And then I found I had this glitter, which I don't really care for glitter because it ends up everywhere. And then I'm using some of these like glitter puffy paint things. They're not really puffy paint, but they're, oh yeah, they are fabric paint. 3D fabric paints. So I got a gold and a silver. So that's what I've got to use today. So here's what it looks like completely blank. And we're going to zoom in so you can see what we're doing here. Okay, starting here. This is how your buttons look with nothing on them, whether they're colored, clear, wooden. I even got these cute little butterfly buttons. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to take like these here. I just took this glitter glue and I am just going to put some of it and spread it out over the top of this just to add some glitter accents to these like little fabric colored wooden butterflies. So super cute, okay? Super easy. So that's all I did on these. And this is gold. And it dries down. And the glitter in this doesn't come off because this is the glitter glue. So those turned out really cute that way. This one here, I'll try using this, the fabric, the 3D fabric glue. And this one here is going to be silver. But I'm really kind of just using the plastic tip of the bottle here. Ooh, geez, I knew that was going to happen. And trying to like spread it out. So these here are a little bit different. They come out a little bit thicker looking, but they really dry down like the silver. It'll dry down clear. So I'm just kind of trying to use the tip of the glue. If I can't do that, then I'll just use my finger. But that'll dry down silver. Okay. And then like on a button, like just grab one of these wooden buttons here. You can use, I've been using the glitter glue. Super easy. Just put a layer of the glue over top the whole entire button. Okay. To use the actual like loose glitter, should we do, here's actually my glitter is really dark, so maybe I'll use, I just got a clear button here. And this one, it doesn't matter. You can use the glitter glue or whatever you want, because the glitter is going to stick to everything. And then I got a pile of glitter down here. And this is the loose glitter, this is what gets super messy. But I'm going to just dab it in on that loose glitter. And like I said, my glitter just happens to be this really dark color, but so there we go. We have a button covered in glitter. And it doesn't really matter if it covers everything because there's a second step to all this. Okay? So that's the first step. And then I let all of these things dry pretty much for a day or two before I mess with them again. So then here's what I have. This is just the silver. This is this one here, just the silver. And see how it dries down? It'll dry down pretty flat and it's all clear then where the silver isn't. Here's some of those, the actual glitter ones with the loose glitter. And this I think was just a, yeah, this is like a pinkish color. And then I also did, here's like the gold glitter glue on some of these. I've got the little colored buttons. So there's the gold So that's your that's what it looks like when it's dry. Then the final step is to make them look like this, to get your actual little bird's nest. So what we're going to do, and these here, oops, that one's not covered yet. So these here have been covered in lace and wrapped around with some sort of ribbon or lace or thread. And then 3 little pearls I put in the center of some of them. And then, like this one here, I didn't put anything in the middle of it because I thought the lace was really pretty. This one here, I didn't cover in lace. This is like one of my first ones. But then I looked at it, I'm like, I really like how the lace looks. So I probably would cover all of them. Here's some that I did, the real little ones, if you can see. I didn't cover these either. These are just, here's the difference. I didn't cover them in lace. I didn't cover these in lace, and they're just the gold glitter glue with the pearls. And then these I did cover with the lace. And this one here had the pretty lace flower on it. So I only put 1 little pearl on the center. But I really like the lace on them. So I think I'm just going to cover all the rest of them because I like how the lace looked. Okay, so I'm going to back you back out here just a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so put your glue on and then grab some lace, which I was using this. This is actually a shirt. This is a pretty shirt that I had gotten at Goodwill. Look at all that pretty lace. And I started to cut it off. So I'm like, I got all these little pieces. So this was perfect. And what I'm going to do is take one of my buttons. I'm going to move that over to the side so we can play here. And I am using my Fabri-Tac for this. So here's some of my dried buttons. This is the silver, that's the loose glitter. Here's some of the wooden ones. And here's some of the small itty bitty ones. So they turn out different depending on what you have underneath of them. And I was just trying to show you like the designs, like these have the designs under them. It doesn't matter what colors you have underneath, okay? So whatever you have underneath your button isn't gonna matter. Now I got a little bit picky and started picking out my lace. Like here's a cute flower. So I was looking for designs. And I went and took, like say I found that flower there. And was thought, okay, well maybe that flower will fit perfectly on top of that button. So after all my glue is dry, or my glitter is dry, I'm gonna come back over top, put some Fabri-Tac on it, put my lace piece over it, and let that dry for a second. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. This is that real dark loose glitter. Again, I mean, like if you want to choose pieces, you can, or you just take whatever lace pattern you got. Doesn't really matter. I was trying to get maybe some of the flower shapes to come through because the design of the lace was pretty. You could actually see the flower. Okay. And so then that glitter underneath just becomes kind of a little accent. You don't see too much of it, but if you turn it the right way, then you just kind of see a little hint of it. Okay, here's some of those wooden buttons, and let's just not pick anything and just take whatever scrap we have. So these are super fast. They come together really fast. The only thing is I would go ahead and do, like if you're going to glitter them up, do all that like the day before you want to sit here and then play, because this part you can just put together real fast. It's waiting for all that glitter stuff to dry. Oh my gosh. And you will get sticky. I am like, your hands will be full of glue. So it doesn't matter what size pieces you have. I really did try to go for like a lace that's not too open though, because see how my lace is pretty tight weaved. I didn't want anything too open. I did use some of this on. I'll show you what this. Here's a little bit more. This is an open weave. That looks more like this here. So this here is what this looks like on the buttons. So you can see it's a little bit more open and you can see a little bit more of the button and stuff through it. I did like the tighter weave better than this one. Okay, so now we have these real itty bitty ones. If I can get the glue off my mat. And it doesn't matter what size buttons you have, even these real tiny little ones turn out cute. They're just a lot fiddlier to work with. Okay, so let's put some glue on top. Okay, I've turned you over like twice now. That's the worst part. Like, you definitely get gluey. Okay. And you don't need much for these little itty bitty ones. And I think they look kind of cool with the, here's just, we can use that itty bitty scrap. That'll work fine. Okay, we've got 2 more to do here. And so then this is kind of what I do. I just kind of put all the lace on, let the other ones dry, and kind of make like an assembly line going here. Because next, I'm going to want to wrap them in a little bit of ribbon. Okay, let's get these 2 down. Perfect. So you see it doesn't take much at all. Okay, now let's go back. And what I did is I just turned them over and then I just trimmed around as close as I could to the outside. They didn't have to be perfect. Okay, so then you end up with something that looks like this here. I'll do a couple of these here and show you. And these are pretty well dry by now. Like this, the fabric tack glue dries pretty quick. Okay, so now you're left with this. And these are pretty all on their own too. I mean, that's, I think, is just a cute embellishment. But I am going to continue with wrapping them. And I have this real thin ribbon. That real thin ribbon. I've got some of these pretty colored, like this twine stuff. Works good. And then I also got, like, there is some real thin, tiny lace. So some of these, like here, you can see it does stick up a little bit higher, which I think looks cute because then it gives it that bird nest feel. This one here is just the, like, this is more of like a yarn type stuff, like a glitter yarn. So then you end up with something that looks more like this, more flat, and just wrapped around the edge. But yeah, you can do kind of whatever you want. This one here, I did use a different kind of ribbon, and it does stand up. So I guess it's kind of however what you're looking for. So I'm going to just do this one with the thin flat thread. And I did get this to work no matter what my button had. Like, some of these buttons have more of an edge to them, and some don't. But you put glue on it, and glue will stick. It'll grab anything you wrap around it then. So it didn't really have to have an edge to it. So then I'm just going to wrap this around there, and you see I'm going to get crazy sticky. And then I'm going to cut my thread at the end. And now you can decide whether you just want to leave it like that. So now you just have a really cute wrapped button, super flat, great for an embellishment. Or you can put something on top of it. And I had gotten this whole, this was like one bag of beads, these little pearl beads or whatever. And I'm like, I gotta find a way to use all these things. So I am going to use them as my little eggs in my bird nest. So I'm just going to put a dab of glue there. And then I'm taking like 3 of these little pearl bead things and dropping them down in the middle to make my little nest. And then you got a cute little bird nest button. I mean, and those are super cute to add to the cover. I don't know. I mean, you could add them to the inside of the journal, but like on the outside, they're super cute because then you don't have to worry about, because they are bumpy. They are going to add some bulk or whatever. But here's the wooden one. Okay, you can see the color, and you can see the edge on this. There's not a huge edge on that one. but still a little bit of glue on the edge there and it'll grab. So here, since this one you can see some of the pink under there, I'm going to try some of this. I'm just going to use some of this glittery yarn stuff. And then just wrap it around. I think on these I did like a double. This is kind of thin yarn, so I did like a double round. And it will stick. Like I said, you got enough glue on there, it'll stick. Okay. Trim it off. I'm going to seal up my edge here. And now these, if you didn't put the beads on top, like these here, those are super flat. I mean, those would be really great embellishments for, you know, anything. If you wanted to keep them flat. I mean, that's fairly flat. See? It's not very thick. I mean, that totally, if you didn't put anything on top of it, would be a cute embellishment for anything. Whoops. Or you can go ahead like this one here and stick the little pearl buttons on it, or the little pearl beads. So I hope you guys like this. That's, you know, that's all I'm making. And like here, this one here. Oh, I was going to show you this one. The darker one. See how pretty the dark one looks? It almost, you can see the rose in there. Let's finish this one off. But yeah, they're, I mean, all same concept. You're kind of just watching me do the same thing, but depending on what color you use underneath your buttons, sometimes I think the darker almost looks pretty because then you can see the stuff underneath. So that's super pretty under there. And then maybe I want to wrap it. Where's that? This is the that little skinny lace. And this button here, you can see it's not super thick. And that these are kind of slanted. So I think it would work really well if you had some more like flat buttons, you know, with really flat sides, if you wanted to make it a lot easier on yourself. But I just grabbed whatever I had. So this here is going to stand up a little bit more than the others. Kind of gives it more of that flower effect. Ooh, we have just enough. Look at that. That was perfect. So that kind of gives it more of that three-dimensional flower look. But still, it's flat on the bottom. If I can focus here. So it's flat on the bottom. So when you lay it down, it's only going to stand up in the center. Can you see that? Isn't that cute? So now it just looks like a cute little flower. I think I need to, my edge here is there. We're kind of, I don't even know if I want to put the little beads in this one because that one you can kind of see like the rose. So there you go, guys. I hope you liked my little bird's nest button idea as little embellishments. You can see, I mean, you can kind of change the look of it with whatever you put on it. And, oh, I did do the butterfly. This is what I did with the butterflies. I just put little strings through the middle. This one has that little piece of lace. So that's what I did with the butterflies. But yeah, I hope you guys like this idea and give it a try. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.